Looking at it ain't the same.
I have another point of view.
It's close on that.
Yeah, I know.
No, I like that, and also I enjoyed the way they did a little white when they did like the.
There's a split screen, and then you did that. Snap goes into it. Yeah,
that was
really good as well. I've seen stuff like that before. I did like it. It was very good, but
I mean, 2 of the 3 of them were surprising and unexpected. It's like, I didn't expect Killua to do that, obviously, and I didn't expect Jonin to pull off the scissors either.
I always
scissors right.
I already said that's going to happen at some point, but I did not expect it.
Like, every time it does rock, I keep thinking, hey, he keeps doing rock. And then the one time it doesn't do rock, I'm like, ah!
Didn't they show me rock?
He did in the beginning.
And then he just held it, and he goes, scissors!
He must have. He just was holding it so long, and he just...
Did he say rock, or did I say rock?
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe he just said, show me.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
He could have just powered up and then...
Before that, too. It's like... Gunpo...
Oh, Kenpo.
Rock!
Yeah.
He is just charging up the rock, and then it switched to scissors.
Yeah, it's like Kenpo, rock, show me, and then he waited. Scissors.
Maybe.
So you think paper is going to be like a shield?
I figure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a shield.
Probably.
Like reflects.
Maybe.
Because he has like a blast, he has like a sword, and he's a shield, right?
I don't know.
Unless he like throws the paper like this, and it's like a spinning, it's like a tractor disc, right?
Well, he can only, since he's an enhancer, his emitting game is limited. So I'm not sure if he can do anything that's disconnected from his like work. But maybe.
The human dogs was that was
I hate that.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
When I first were coming out, I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be like that kind of spider one or something. And then it came out, and it's just these
Two guys
naked,
crawling around.
apparently drugged up on that lady's poison.
That's the way she implied it. Yeah. Like, once you get addicted to my poison, it will make you dogs.
The worst part was they were crawling on their elbows.
I know.
Like, that'd be terrible.
It was fucking terrible.
Although,
I had one banging up.
I have tied my ankles to my thighs, so I would like run on my knees like that, and I'd run around the house like that.
What the fuck's wrong with
Freak my dog out.
your dog? What's Carmen think of
That
that?
was a while ago. No, this was a while ago.
I want to report this weekend if you do me that. Like, you just come running into the room. Just...
Going back to 0.
Man,
It'd be great.
I even put like, I had some like oversized like buck boots. I slipped them over. My legs were a lot skinnier back then, so it kind of worked.
They keep talking about the DD pills.
Yeah. DD drug, yeah.
Those must play into this all somehow, right?
I mean,
like the ants discover it and start eating it and become superpowered or something.
Or they become
Or that's a weakness.
extremely low production.
it could be something that we get later on, like out in the real world.
Maybe.
You know, like they said about like the distribution in the world, it's like in the mainland. Maybe it's something else we come across or see,
Or maybe because of this, it ends abruptly.
there's a shortage in that we see the repercussions. I don't know.
And we see a Walter White like fill in the void and he's the next villain.
You know, one thing that was interesting hearing in this episode was that these creatures eating on malicious humans have turned them more evil.
Yeah, more evil.
Which I was like, wow, that's an interesting idea, considering like we're talking about like the Nin and how that works.
It was being nature,
You know, like this talking about evil. Like
Yeah, it's not just the DNA necessarily, it's also
a bit of personality.
Like, their instinct is to eat and get the king to show up, but it is evil to turn them into slaves.
Yeah, but does that? I'm assuming then that can work in reverse with like Colt. If Colt was formed from a brave child who was good, he had no malicious intent, and his thing was protecting his sister. Like maybe that
makes sense.
You know, translates to him, and maybe we can get Colt to not be a bad guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. But possible. It's cool. I like that as like a little like concept there.
So back to that fight. Snake awakens. I didn't even realize I was asleep.
That was amazing.
That was cool.
I loved it. I loved that.
That wasn't like his yo-yo, right? That was just...
No, he was like...
Yeah.
Yeah, just like you're having a fight with your sibling.
Yeah.
Dude, and then she had that thing come from underneath.
From her tailbone.
Was it?
No,
I think so.
Maybe.
I don't know. If it came from her tailbone, you would have seen the imprint on her skirt.
It's a drawing.
I think it came from a hole down below. Because it retracted back into it. That thing was so long.
But if it was
that, makes more
she
sense.
wouldn't be able to construct the castle.
Huh? She doesn't. That's not her job, Rick.
I did like Killa was like playing dead, and it was a weird moment. But yeah, I don't know where it comes from. I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about this Thousand's arm, like versus Goon's 2 arms. That was amazing. I love that. You guys just punch you with every arm he has, and it was just.
That is definitely a attack from One Piece.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like a little jab of like, one of your most powerful abilities means nothing in our world.
And the name of the attack with 1,000.
No, that's not the name. It's called Gum Gum Gatling in One Piece, but it is one of the stronger attacks.
Gotcha.
Well, then that's different.
I'm sure it's just as good in the Japanese sub version of the show, but that clown thing is ridiculous when he speaks. It is so like what I think would be antithetical to what Kite is, but I love it because of that.
Yeah.
But whenever it's the slot's going and it's going like it's so funny. I want to go check out the sub just to see another version of it.
What it sounds like?
I love the fact that it must have been part of his negative conditions to make the clown annoying.
That's what I would think. I thought this was all being conditioned, but he hasn't explained it there, so maybe I'm just assuming that. But
Making the clown annoying, making it to where you can't swap weapons.
I want to know more of the rules of it so that we can know, like, when can he swap weapons?
Yeah.
Like, is it... Someone mentioned, like, does he have to kill his enemy? Or is it a day
timer?
Yeah, is there so much time he has to
I
wait?
can't imagine it's a day, because I don't think he would have wasted it there. It seemed like he had the dude's number.
Is it a summoning thing?
Well, I think what Aaron's saying is, like, when he rolls the slots, he gets that weapon for the rest of the day. Like, so if he summons it back, he gets that weapon, not the slot.
Like, he dismissed the slot, right?
Yeah.
If he was to come into another battle,
would he roll it
does he
again?
summon that, and is there a new roll because he won the battle? Or does he just get the gun?
I think it's after combat, it resets.
I was going to say, I don't know. I'm curious on how that works. But yeah, I think so far, the only 2 that we know of is that gun. I think it's the same thing he used before. And the scythe. I think that's all we've seen so far. So I want to see what else he gets. He didn't seem too happy with 4.
No, well, it's said in the subtitle as well. Like, 4 is an unlucky number in Japanese culture.
It represents death.
Yeah.
Sure, but it also may have not been a weapon that he wanted. Like maybe he wanted something else too. Or maybe it's just related to that specifically.
Maybe he just wanted something they could show off more. It was like, goddamn it, the gun.
Yeah.
Although it was highly effective.
I'm just thinking about stealing that neck snapping move and doing that in like a fight scene or something. I love that.
How do you do that?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I'll do it.
You have a guy wear his clothes backwards on his body, stand there with his head down like this, and then you have someone lay on top of him on their back with their head like this.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't have a boner, it works.
Yep. Thank you for watching this episode of Hunter x Hunter. If you want to check out more and everything else that we do, check it out. Links down in the description. Check out patreon.com where we have links to early access and full length as well.
Why does the boner matter?
Tenting.
Also, the editor should have the end screen upside down.
Inspiration. Oh no, that's not good. Hey, look. Send everyone. Send all the nations.
Your association has learned of the Chimera Panel biological survey.
Good, finally.
They are now awaiting the world leaders' decision on how to act.
Go.
You have only one mission to carry out. The immediate execution of all of these dangerous creatures.
Good.
No.
Well, yes, we would dream of the excellency.
Did my parents eat my buzzer right here? Everybody was
To eradicate the ants, leaving the Hunter Association to take the blame for the bomb. I get it. Right under her is the Royal Guard, and then the squadron leaders.
But they don't know about the king.
They're recommending the officers. They oversee the soldiers, as well as the other press.
The master rats stand after the
ship? The royal guard that followed the queen was switched and entered the king's service. And afterwards, all the squadron leaders will report directly to the queen.
Oh, okay.
She will then shift her focus to liberty the soldiers.
The queen remains in the castle, periodically giving birth to more kings.
More kings.
The kings travel and mate with different organisms, all for the purpose of freeing you.
Holy shit.
We gotta stop this shit.
Yep.
No wonder they spread so fast. First extermination team is coming.
Extermination?
I wonder who they're sending.
Yeah, considering they'll be facing those vicious chimera ants. They must be strong.
They better be. I'm worried about Kite and the kid. They'll arrive in 3 days.
You gonna kill it? Stop pooping!
Look at this! Isn't it just incredible? Why does he have so much life energy? There must have been some sort of trigger. A trigger.
That was the trigger?
You absorbed in this?
What if their attacks were the catalyst?
Fusion? So they're like the Lord. So you get hit by attack.
He really pissing me off lately, so I won't go back. It may need to be quite hard to take effect.
It's gonna spread.
I don't have to go easy on you. Bring it.
Jesus!
What is he doing?
He's
It's like a
really
limbo
winding
attack.
back. Oh, right in the eyes!
Oh, the face.
Cold! Some prime prey is hiding in or around the factory.
We gotta figure out how to get.
Capture them. Capture
Is it a dino or a rhino?
He's a rhino.
Dino rhino? They probably use that.
Alright, now we get to see the fight versus a bunch of drones.
Whoa, back and slippy.
Google Glasses. It's like a Ninja Turtle. Lost my missile launcher.
Oh, here we go. Hip hop. Jesus.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
Go, go.
You can go now. One.
Alright then. Shall we decide how we kill you and in what order?
Get it cocky. I don't think you're gonna win.
You guys have three choices. One, choose the order you want to fight. Two, you can try to escape. Three, solitary, let us capture you.
Choose the order to fight.
Pick the first option. Be able to fight as one-on-one in direct combat. You may even survive.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
they all are.
I don't recommend the second option. Option 3 is the worst choice you can make. That is the one that would anger us even more than option 2. Now then, what will you do? Option 3. Whoever's ready for a fight.
Get away each other.
Rock, paper, scissors!
Goku and Vegeta.
Okay, on you.
Yes.
Who's gonna fight? Horse, spider. Probably not the frog. Frog's who's leader, right?
Okay. Let's go
for 6.
They came prepared.
The armadillo. This is like a villain from the Power Rangers.
Ninja Turtles.
Whoever dies loses. So we can't surrender? What? Are you crazy, kid?